Welcome back to the Malted Man Cave. Dave and I are down here in the man cave, down here in my basement, as usual. And we are going to be reviewing a bourbon this evening.
Oh yeah.
I think actually Knob Creek is one of our favorites for like the standard bottling.
Yes, yes.
It's a pretty great bang for your buck bourbon. So tonight we're going to kick it up a notch and we're going to be doing Knob Creek Single Barrel. So this is kind of just kind of a notch up from the regular Knob Creek. Knob Creek is one of Jim Beam's small batch bourbon brands. There's Booker's, Baker's, Basil Hayden's, and then Knob Creek. So we've done Booker's, we've done Knob Creek, the original. We haven't done Basil Hayden's or Baker's yet. We need to do that.
I should probably bring those over.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
got some?
I think I've got some Basil Hayden from Reed.
Really?
He gave me a bottle. Yeah, it's up in the third floor.
I've only had that once, so I don't even really know
I'll have to bring
if I
it
really
over.
like it or not. So tonight we're doing Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserved, which comes in at 120 proof, so 60% ABV. It is non-colored, as it is with all bourbons, and I'm actually not sure whether it's chill filtered or not. So hopefully, I'm thinking that it's not, because Knob Creek, their whole idea of this brand is it's supposed to go back to Prohibition days,
Right.
and it's like even the shape of the bottle is like, you know, kind of flat, like they put it in their pants. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, clearly you could see it. I don't know how they act. Like, oh yeah, you can't see it, but
A giant.
that's kind of what they're going for. So the mash bill on this is 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. Anything else about this Knob Creek Single Barrel? It's aged 9 years, if I haven't already said that, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about this?
No, made in the great state of Kentucky.
We need to plan our trip down there.
I know, the girls were planning a little bourbon trail
Are they really?
adventure for us, I think.
Awesome. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
It's kinda sad.
Sans kids, though.
Since we, yeah. No.
Nobody wants to go on the bourbon trail with a bunch of toddlers. And
As we've talked about in many of our videos, we both have young children under 5. Or is Ben 5 yet?
he's about to turn 5 in December.
So we don't this is our one outlet for having fun, having our own time, and just
Yeah.
doing something creative.
Like, hey, what game's playing tonight? I need to go over to Keith's to watch this game.
I am like actually really pumped to let you come over tonight. My wife, I am a bachelor down in the man cave because my wife is
Truly.
down in South Carolina. Her grandmother, who lives down there, I think is getting close to passing. So this is kind of her side of the
Important.
family's one last time to kind of get together before she may or may not pass. And I just couldn't take off work. So I've had like 4 days. I don't even know what
They're all getting down there together to
Yeah.
kill her.
Yes! They're just going to put her out of her
Look,
misery.
it's time.
I really hope my wife doesn't watch this video.
She would laugh.
Yeah, she would. Ash, she's going to a better place. All right, so without further ado, let's get into some whiskey.
All right.
What do you get on the nose?
Right off the bat, and it's probably from the strength of it, because I know you had told me that it was cask strength, and you know how sometimes I appear to be listening, but in reality I'm not.
Yes.
Well, that was it.
Well
And so
aware.
I was like, I took a little whiff of it. I was like, oh, that smells familiar. And the first 2 scents were probably related to the strength of it, and that was got a soy sauce note, and I've never had soy sauce before. And then
In a bourbon?
In a bourbon, and then a little bit of acetone, probably just because of the higher ABV or a mix of those things.
There's something savory going on. I think that you're spot on. I put fennel,
Fennel.
but I think soy sauce too. There's just something else going on. Just sweet caramel vanilla notes that are
Yeah,
bourbon has.
and then along that, because it's a bourbon, I got the sweetness that kind of goes I wrote down figs and apples were the 2 things that stood out to me that really popped on the nose. How about yourself?
So the first thing I get is like candied pecans. Like you would get.
Your descriptions are always like flowery, like very specific. Mine are always like apples.
Well, you also only get like 5 minutes to try a sample and get your notes. I have like weeks and months with the bottle.
Go ahead with your candied apples.
I
Or
get
candied pecans.
Candied Pecans. Get it right, Dave.
Sorry.
Snicker bars, which didn't we just get that on
Yeah,
one of our
well-
last? Was it Lagavulin or was it Glendronach?
Glendronach.
Cast strength, the batch 6.
Mm.
So again, I get like Snicker bars and like chocolate turtles. Do you know what chocolate
Yeah,
turtles are?
exactly.
It's like, is that pecan? What is it? What's almonds? Pecans?
Something nutty.
Something like that. Anyways, this is on the nose especially. There's a lot of like nuttiness, chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
I get a little Arizona. Have you ever had the Arizona ginseng tea with honey? I don't know. Something about this tastes like tea with honey. Again, like I said, fennel, cinnamon sticks, nutmeg, and of course, vanilla and caramel chews.
Ooh.
Really good nose. Let's put a splash of water on it.
Hallie just made these peanut chews for Thanksgiving, and everybody was like, at the end of the day, people had like plastic bags and they were like stealing the leftovers.
Nice.
I was like, nice.
I don't really feel like with water, it doesn't really change anything. It just makes it a little bit more palatable. You don't get as much as that like paint thinner alcohol note that you get at first.
Yeah, so I took my first, the Palate, my first time going down, I was not ready for the, once again, did not listen to you when you said that it was cast strength.
The ADHD is strong with you.
It is very strong with me. Palate-wise, let's take a little drink of it. Very the classic bourbon taste, but for me, the first thing that stood off to me, it tastes like how ground pepper smells.
It's spicy.
Spicy.
Super spicy. In a good way. I actually really like it, but it's in your face spice.
Some floral notes. I couldn't quite pinpoint what kind of floral notes, just that there was some green in there for me. Very minty, very almost menthol-y for me. And along those notes, kind of took it to clove.
We haven't
know.
got clove in a while.
Once again, hit that little bell for clove for me. And then to finish it up, vanilla. Vanilla, strong vanilla. Like with any bourbon.
So again, off the bat on the palate, I get that Arizona tea with ginseng and honey.
I'm gonna have to try some of that. I do like.
Never had it?
Mm-mm. I mean, I've had Arizona iced tea.
Not the ginseng with honey one.
Yeah.
Caramel popcorn, pecan ice cream. All right, pecan.
Or
What is it? Butter pecan. What is the name of the ice cream that has pecans in it? Is it butter pecan?
tin roof.
Is butter pecan?
Butter pecan is a thing. Yes.
Yeah, butter pecan ice cream.
Yep. With not like vanilla ice cream, it's like a buttered ice cream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cola. It's not like Coca-Cola, just like a cheap like RC cola, and not in a bad way. It's still like a pleasant.
Yeah,
It
just
doesn't-
a standard
It
cola
does, yeah.
note.
Exactly. Snicker bars again. Chocolate orange candies. I've only had these once, but it came like it looked like an orange, and it was in aluminum foil, and it was like chocolate like sections. You could pull them out, and it looked like an orange slice, but it was like chocolate, and it had like it was really.
What
good.
was the inside made out of?
Some kind of like gooey orange chocolatey goodness that was like mixed up like almost like a custard with like
Sounds
the outside
fantastic.
of chocolate. Dr. Pepper, black pepper, as you were saying, like super spicy, and lastly like maraschino cherries. What do you get on the palate? Or the palate. What do you get on the finish?
Finish for me, medium to long. I think I put medium down because I was anticipating the length of it because I knew it would. I just had a feeling that it would probably stick around, especially because the higher ABV. Floral and clove really stood with it for me in the end, with kind of it trailing off with a little brown sugar and maple syrup, molasses kind of ending.
Yeah.
Very very nice little Friday night dram for me.
So I got maple syrup as well in the finish. To me, it's a long finish in a good way. This is very long. I think the high ABV helps. And I don't know. I feel like this is not chill filtered. I feel like it's like a little bit more of an oily, like rich, viscous mouthfeel. So I get maple syrup, fennel, oak, Snicker bars, spicy cinnamon sticks, and lastly ends on kind of like a mellow cola note. So definitely a really, really good bourbon.
I'm definitely getting those cola notes now. It's
almost every bourbon I get either Dr. Pepper or cola. I don't know. I feel unoriginal because I always say it, but I feel like I need to be authentic. Like if I taste it or smell it, I'm going to say it.
Exactly.
So malted man cave score. Malted man cave mark. What would you put this at?
I definitely enjoyed it. It's not my favorite. I like the higher ABV in it, but I feel like I'm gonna give it a score of a 87.
87?
An 87 for me.
I'm gonna give it an 88 out of 100. It's definitely really good. I think you need to cut this with a little bit of water. I think it's so strong.
Yeah.
You definitely need to water it down a little bit.
Do you think that they made the strength of it? Well, no, because they would have made the Knob Creek, the flagship bottle. That I was gonna say, because it's a throwback to the Prohibition era. If they said, let's throw in a high ABV because that's what it was.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think absolutely. I think the original is like 50% ABV.
Yeah.
And that's because that's what it would have been back then.
Yeah.
For sure.
Huh.
So, it's definitely a good one. It's not like the best, but I definitely enjoy it. I'm glad I picked it up.
Yeah.
I got a really good deal on it. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what it was, but it was not really expensive. It wasn't that much more than the regular. So, if you find it, I would pick it up. Personally.
Yeah. No, it's great.
All right. Question of the night.
Well, Keith posed this question to me, or to come up with a question for tonight. And as we were getting ready, I noticed some games laying around, some board games from was it the Great Flood of 2017 that caused...
The Malted Man Cave flood has caused some things to be relocated, so I was moving boxes and stuff.
While Keith was down here in his canoe, he saved a couple games. So we decided to come up with some of our favorite board games or games to play with groups of people, things like that.
Let's do a top two.
Sure, top two. Yep. The way that I'm gonna do like growing up favorite game, nostalgic game, and then what I like to play now in groups. For me, growing up, so my family loved getting serious about Clue. Clue was one of the games that he had on the, and my brother, my sister, and I
got real serious.
Real serious about Clue. And like there may have been some cheating involved. Michael. No, but so Clue as a kid, man, but it was a close second to Mousetrap for me.
Oh my gosh, I haven't even thought of Mousetrap in like 30 years.
Yeah. Mousetrap, though, the fun part of it was setting it up.
Heck yeah.
And like catching it. It wasn't necessarily playing the game.
Such a good game.
Yeah. So Clue was my childhood favorite game. My favorite game to play with a group of people. Not necessarily a board game. I like playing Balderdash. Balderdash.
I feel like I played that once. I don't remember. What do you do?
I think the tagline is like the game of lies or something like that. Now, I might be wrong, but Balderdash, they give you a word and you make up what it means, and you're either telling the truth or you're not, and you're trying to get the person to pick your answer as the truth. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think for me, growing up, my favorite, and I could never find anybody to play this with me.
Aw, I'll play with you.
Even though it's funny, like I was like, you know, good
yeah.
at sports and like a jock. I had like this.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
I had this.
I like that game.
I have this secret.
It takes so long.
I have this secret like nerd geek side of me that like loves like World of Warcraft, like medieval stuff, going to Renaissance fairs, and I'm specifically talking about Risk, the game of Risk. I love Risk. And I can never get anybody to play with me because it takes a while.
Me, you, and Ryan. Next time
We
Ryan's
should totally
in town,
play
we
Risk.
should play it. Just take an afternoon.
Drink
have
some
some
whiskey.
games in the background.
For sure.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
I call Australia. Just all my troops, one place.
That's the best
Nice,
way to
man.
go.
So how about now?
So now my favorite game to play is Catchphrase.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's kind of like this game. If you guys haven't played it, you pick like a category and then you like have to describe. So if it's like Martin Luther King, you have to say like a famous person in like the civil rights movement. And they got you can't say anything of the word, and they got to pick it. And then you pass it. It's like hot potato.
Right,
it's like
right.
Boys
Timer,
against girls, or it's like every other, and you don't want it to go off in your hand, and the other team gets a point.
There's a timer that if you're stumbling and it goes off, you lose.
So, yep.
Nice, man.
So, go out and get you some Knob Creek. Thinking of question that if you guys have anything that you guys want us to banter about or talk about,
Yeah.
hit us up in the comments to give us a question of the night. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like, subscribe. Sláinte.